Alright, let's look at 24. This will be the last one I'll do in this section, because I think if you understand the other ones and you can do this one, I think you're in good shape uh, with this so far. Alright, 24. Let's see. We've got, during 2010, home team won 143 of 246. So that's my sample, right? P hat is 143 over 246. If I just do that real quick, I get 58%. Okay, the home team won that percent of the games. Is this strong evidence of a home field advantage? Test an appropriate hypothesis, state your conclusion, check the assumptions and conditions. Most of the time we're not going to be asking you that question. You just have to do that on your own. But the bigger question is, okay, what am I testing here? I want to know, is there home field advantage? That means you have a better chance of winning at home than you do away. So if P is the proportion of games a football team wins, okay, then the hypothesis I would want to show would be, let's assume it wins 50% of the time, and I want to show do they win greater than 50% of the time, because this means there is an advantage. So we're going to assume they win 50% at home, and I want to show, based on my sample, do I have evidence that it's actually greater than 50%, or did that 58% just happen by chance? Some teams win more at home, some teams don't, and this just happened to be a sample where I got more that did win. Okay, so there's my hypothesis. Conditions. This is a great way to set this up. Conditions. Okay, first thing, it's got to be a random sample. And we will assume the year 2010, because that's all the games, is a representative sample. Certainly not random, but is it a representative sample of all football games played? Okay, no reason to think that it's not. 2. N 246 is less than 10% of the total games. Yes. Our custodian just came into my building here at the college, and she's probably going to freak out if she hears me making noise back here, or at least talking. Anyway, total games played. 3. N 246 times P 50 is greater than 10, and 246 times Q is greater than 10. Yep, so we're okay to proceed. Sometimes it might be proceed with caution, but we're most of the time going to proceed. Mechanics. Okay, we're probably at a point now where I actually don't have to draw the graph, but I guess I still want to draw it one more time here. So I've got mu is 50, standard deviation is 0.5 times 0.5 over 246, and I want to know what's the probability that I win 58% or more. Okay, well, my z-score is 0.58. This is, you have to have this formula down here to show that you're using the right test. And the p-value. Okay, so I'll do this on my calculator. Stat, tests, you're going to get used to this menu. You're going to get very comfortable with it. So P0 is 0.5, X is 143, right? This is my X, there's my N is 246, and I want to do it greater than P0. And so I get Z is 2.55, so I'm 2 standard deviations away, and my p-value is 0.0054 or 0.54%. Okay, so this is the chance. Again, this is, you have to be able to interpret this. And this is the, given that I have a 50% chance of winning at home, this is a probability that I get a sample as extreme or more as the sample I got. So the chance of me winning 58% of the games at home is 0.54% by random chance. Okay, so I didn't win 58% of my games at home by random chance. There's a reason. The reason I did is because the percent chance of me winning at home is actually greater than 50%. Right? This is what I'm saying. My evidence is so extreme, it so didn't happen by chance, that it must be, the original percent must be, or winning percent must be over 50. Okay, so since my p-value 0.54% is greater than 5%, I have strong, sometimes we say convincing evidence that P is actually greater than 50%. Please, please, please do not write P unless you define it up here. Okay? Okay, so I have strong evidence that the true proportion of games won at the home field on a home field is actually more than 50%. So there is a home field advantage. Oh, good comment here. When you write this down, make sure that you're in your conclusion, make sure you answer any question that's being asked. And the question that's being asked here is there a home field advantage? So I'm going to say, so yes, there is evidence of home field advantage. Okay, so again, I'm answering the question. I'm telling you what my conclusion is here, and then here I'm answering the question. Okay, does that make sense? All right, guys, go after it on these. The better you understand it, the better the rest of the course is going to be, because it's all related to this type of reasoning. All right, good job.